Thank you for tuning in to Riley's Reptiles. Today, I'm bringing you a special bonus video with my best friend Cameron. Hey, what's up guys? This is Riley here, and I'm coming to you with a little bit of a bonus video, just a little extra because I had the thought and I thought it was worth sharing. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about getting somebody over a phobia of snakes because it is such a passion of ours, and we like to share it with people. Oftentimes we don't do it in the best way. And so I'm sitting here with my best friend Cameron Shearer, and we've known each other for almost 3 decades, and he is pretty much on the opposite side of the spectrum with snakes as me. I have a room full of them, I love them, keep them, breed them, and can't ever have enough. He is on the other side of that. He doesn't care about them, doesn't enjoy them, respects them, and understands their place in the world, but is not a fan. That being said, some years back, his wife went and got a gray banded king snake, and that lives in his house. And so that was sort of like the softening of, you know, that outer shell, right? But he doesn't interact with it, he doesn't do anything with it. That's his wife's thing. And then some years after, he, you know, started messaging me about it and saying things, basically paying attention to it, right? And so that was interesting. But when he comes over to visit, I don't really do anything with the snakes. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up is because if I wanted to like get him over a fear or something like that, I could really make things worse if I'm not careful. You see all these videos of people surprising folks, dropping a snake on them on the bed at night, things like that, and the animal could get hurt. You know, it could go so wrong and just make things worse, right? So everybody has their different speed of what they're comfortable with, what they're capable of putting up with, and just how they're gonna get over it is different for everyone. So I wouldn't just hand this dude my big old black-tailed creepo. That would not work. But a little baby carpet python, on the other hand, it's smaller, it's not as intimidating, but you know, everybody is different. So some people might prefer the bigger snake because it's easier to see and manage. Some people might not. So everyone has their speed, right? So how are you feeling sitting here next to a snake?
Pretty anxious, actually. I'm not really sure what it's going to do, which direction it's going to go. I know you mentioned it was a baby, and it does seem like it wants to play, quote unquote, I believe.
Sure. So you'll notice he thinks about it very differently than I do, and that's case in point. You know, like I've had snakes around me since I was a little kid. He is not. So I'm used to this stuff, and so it doesn't give me the heebie-jeebies like it does for some. How would you feel about holding it? Would this be your first time holding a snake?
I don't know about first time, but yes.
Okay.
Yes. In a calm setting, no zoo, no herpetologist on call. Yeah, this is a stepping stone.
So if you just want to put your hand out flat, I'll just let him crawl into your hand, and you tell me when you're done, and I'll take him away.
Always. Beautiful.
How do you feel?
Very calm, actually.
What's your first reaction of the animal in your hand? If you had to put it in a sentence, what's going through your mind right now?
I'm not really sure. My notion of snakes and having this real unrealistic fear, this phobia, and it's being challenged. And I feel since you allowed me to do this in such a nice, calm setting, controlled, and taking my needs, thank you so much, into consideration and how I would feel. And now I feel, oh God, it's attached.
Yep, that's what they do. You're good. She'll move forward. There you go. All right. So what I just did was I took a baby step, and that might not seem like much to me and to a lot of us out there, but to him that literally scared the crap out of him. He's sweating right now. He's shaking, like his voice is shaking. And this is somebody who's been in the military, been in war zones, and this tiny little carpet python has him, you know, kind of on cloud 9, turn that volume meter up to 11, so to speak. Now, if I'd have gone and put the biggest animal I have in his hands, he'd have freaked out, he'd have stressed that animal out, the animal could have been dropped, hurt, or even turned around and bit him and made things worse. So just something to think about. This is completely a one shot, one try sort of thing, flying off the hip here, but it, you know, it was something I wanted to do, and he was gracious enough to let me do that. So thank you for being my guinea pig and being a great example, because the whole idea is spreading the love, right?
Yes, exactly. I'm glad I could help. It's obviously helping me.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much. And maybe next time we can go with a larger snake.
Yeah, we'll get him there. We're gonna get him a t-shirt today, so the reptile affliction is starting.
Thank
so
you.
All right, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure if you're gonna do any education and sharing this hobby with people, you do it the right way. Cheers.